it is streaming, it says.
I have a message that says invalid response received.
That's what happens with Facebook.
Okay.
So you may have to Google.
All right.
Yeah, it's like, there it is.
Yep. Okay.
The stream. Just got a notification.
September.
Don't even question it.
Okay, is anyone actually able to get the stream?
Yeah.
So it is live?
Yeah.
Yay! Hello, Internet! Apparently we are now live. Welcome to the October Geeky Music Show, the Halloween concert. Unfortunately, Eben Brooks is down with a case of what appears to be Martian death flu. So this is going to be all my material. So I'm just going to check my tuning really quick. Are you all tuned up? We're going to start off with Sonia Blue, about the anti-heroine of the Nancy Collins novel Sunglasses After Dark, Paint It Black and In the Blood. It's a question of a predator and a matter of sheep. It's the power of a sacred whore you pray to from the edge of sleep. Did you call me too demanding when you felt the cartilage crack? Well, I had a little understanding with the monkey on my back. You look at me with fear and wonder, as if you've never been here before. You don't know much about hunger, do you, little herbivore? It's a question of a sacrament and a matter of a Jones. It's a hunger so intense it'll take the flesh right off your bones. Can you taste hot metal in your mouth? Are you looking for the exit door? A human side might let you out, but she's not here anymore. You're trying to fight the truth as if you ever had the chance. Nature's red in claw and tooth. Now take your place for the old dance. It's a question of a carnivore and a matter of meat. It's the place where the tissue tore and it's finding that sensation sweet. Do you think it's frightening? Does it fit you like a key to a lock? Well, don't go kissing lightning. You can't take a mouthful of shock. You're trying to fight the pain as if you've never been here before. You don't know much about the food chain, do you, little herbivore? All right. Thank you. This one's about the writing of Edogawa Ranpo, the Japanese horror and mystery author who loved Edgar Allan Poe so much he took the pen name Edogawa Ranpo. This is Diamond Necklace and a Black Tattoo, which is mostly about his crazy jewel thief character, the Black Lizard. There's a mask in the box, reaching, it tells a little tale about crime and sin. You can't quite reach it, lean over till you fall in. There's a shadow in the air, reach out yourself, reach out. It tells a little tale about guilt and doubt. You can't quite reach it, so stand on a chair. Put your neck in the noose and I'll find you there. There's a diamond necklace and a black tattoo and a sultry night that was made for crime. There's a beautiful doll that's just your size. You can almost see it breathing. There's a mirror on the wall that's fogged with breath that tells a little tale about pain and death. There's something in it that's trying to hide. Look close, it'll catch you and pull you inside. There's a spatter of blood on the ace of spades. It tells a little tale about guns and blades. It's the color of lips, if you know what I mean. So bring it to your mouth and kiss it clean. There's a bottle of brandy and a saxophone and the beauty of a man who's marked for death. There's a serpent on legs and a gorgeous gown with a heart that's made of diamond. Plain woman, pretty woman, poisoner, pawn. You can break the weak and you can fool the strong, but the clever man's coming and you know what he'll find, for he's figured out how to get into your mind. The rich man, poor man, criminal, cop, everybody sins but some can't stop. Spend your life planning the perfect crime, but he'll bring you in to serve your time. Dead man doppelganger, great detective, master of disguise. She will lock him in a box so nobody else will ever know what's inside. There's a mask in the box, reach in, it tells a little tale about crime and sin. You can't quite reach it, lean over till you fall in. Thank you. All right. Here's a flashback to my days in the Vampire SCA, the Camarilla. This is the poetry of weapons, and this one's for the Sabbat. Sweeter than your native language, sharper than your lover's lies, beautiful as rot in a place where nothing dies, stronger stuff than ink on paper, deeper than a fever dream, alien as half-forgotten ghosts in the machine. It's the poetry of weapons, danger dancing in the vein. If you can't see the beauty of this thing, you must be sane. It's the poetry of weapons, it's the skull beneath the skin, the holy kiss of blasphemy, the sacraments of sin. We chase it down nocturnal highways, we search in every unsafe place. We are heretics of violence, hungry for the taste of grace. There's a desperate intoxication to flirting with the undertow. Belief in your salvation is the fastest thing to go. Halfway between fear and wonder, it's a fall that makes you dream of flight. When it starts to drag you under, it's more fun if you don't fight. It's the poetry of weapons, it's the laughter of the damned, it's the prayer on your lips that's wedded to the razor in your hand. It's the poetry of weapons, danger dancing in the vein. If you can't see the beauty of this thing, you must be sane. All right. And here's a shiny, happy serial killer song, which perhaps owes a little bit to the serial convention in Neil Gaiman's Sandman, where everybody's badge had a number on it. This is Know the Number. I'm just a way station on some lonely track, where the trains pass through from innocence to wisdom. Once you cross those station gates, there is no turning back, because the charity I give is far from Christian. Do not try to count the wheels that pass here in the night. Counting things will only lead to slumber. And we have waking business to conduct before it's light. Besides, you do not need to know the number. No, I do not think you need to know the number. I'm just a roadhouse among the smoky hills, a whiskey bar where old boys tell their stories. The bartender gets prettier with every glass she fills, as she feeds the young men dreams of faded glories. Do not try to count the names they've written on my walls. Counting things will only lead to slumber. Put a quarter in the jukebox, there's one dance before last call. Besides, you do not need to know the number. No, I do not think you need to know the number. Don't ask too many questions, boy, don't try to stick around. I was not made for anything but travel. Don't think of me as property, don't try to pin me down. You can't go planting roses in the gravel. I'm just a Texaco along some desert road, where the empty and the broken stop for service. They're grateful for the chance to rest from carrying their load, and for the highway maps I give them when they're nervous. Do not try to count what's in the junkyard out in back. Counting things will only lead to slumber. There's work to do by sunrise, get that chassis on the rack. Besides, you do not need to know the number. No, I do not think you need to know the number. And now something completely different. This has 0 vampire content, but does have, has been processed on machinery that was also used to process Cthulhu, if you have a bad allergy. This is my H.P. Lovecraft song, What Providence Gave Us. He was born by the coastline, but hated the sea. He only loved books, and those must be kept dry. He said that he lived in the wrong century, and in this strange eon we won't let him die. He built a great nightmare and opened its gates, and all of his friends got to come in and play. It made him immortal, although he's quite late, and his husk lies dreaming down under the clay. His husk lies dreaming down under the clay. He learned to love science in all of its forms. It filled him with wonder that he wove into fear. And though his reception was less than lukewarm, what Providence gave us we've learned to hold dear. his name to the halls of the great, while his husk lies dreaming down under the clay. His husk lies dreaming down under the clay. He lived in his letters like nobody else. He left us such wealth of his words on the page. And what would he think if he looked at himself through the eyes of this jaded and decadent age? He built a great nightmare and opened its gates, and I and my friends love to come in and play. His spirit lives on in the things we create, while his husk lies dreaming down under the clay. His husk lies dreaming down under the clay. What providence gave us? What providence gave us? What providence gave us lies dreaming below. Oh, what providence gave us? What providence gave us? What providence gave us lies dreaming below. Oh, out of the darkness he made us a jewel. The time with its sharp teeth will fail to destroy. It's eldritch and squamous and awesomely cool. What providence gave us we treasure with joy. He built a great nightmare and opened its gates, and we're all still welcome to come in and play. We try to forgive him his petty old hates. What providence gave us we won't throw away. And his soul it lies dreaming down deep in Roulier. Thank you. So have any of you read or seen Sergei Lukyanenko's Night Watch? Highly recommended. There's 5 novels, 2 films, brilliant stuff. This is the Russian perspective on the secret organization that deals with all the supernatural problems. This is about Anton Gorodetsky, who is having a very, very bad day at work. It's called The Twilight Deepens. There's a leech on the street with a license to kill. Got his paperwork, we can't touch him. Innocence will die, but the balance is kept and the truce goes on. And we stand by and do nothing, and I bite my lip till it bleeds. But the truce demands we do nothing. It's a truce that the whole world needs. But God, sometimes I hate my fucking job. There's a witch on the block doing dark market work. She never did fill the forms out. I hope the bitch resists arrest when we move in. And we're supposed to be good guys, but everything is shades of gray. It's hard to act like good guys when so much gets in the way. And the men upstairs play games inside of games, while Moscow is a chessboard one heartbeat away from going up in flames. The twilight deepens and I'm falling farther in, while the humans sleepwalk in the shadow of our sins. A storm is coming that could blow the world away, and they put me on the front lines today. There's a kid in the metro hearing the call, been marked as a meal by a dark one. I've got to save him and recruit him to our side, but he's smart enough not to trust me. I've told him more than I should. If I were him, I wouldn't trust me. This man who claims to be good, who keeps the truce and works within the laws. While monsters who have licenses to hunt walk by, blood dripping from their claws. The twilight deepens and it pulls me farther down, and someone's weeping while I struggle not to drown. A storm is coming that could grind the world to dust, so we do not what we should, but what we must. There are children who hear about the monster under the bed and fear it. There are children who hear about the monster under the bed and think, is that a career opportunity? This is called Glass and Shadows. In childhood they told us what to fear. We always knew to read between the lines. At night we went and crept below the stairs, and the thing made out of glass and shadows whispered, you are mine. There's always something ugly underneath. There's always something moving in the dark. It's teaching us the art of using teeth, and it's quite an education in the way things come apart. The world's a toy box full of broken things, and we are among their number. We're catching angels and pulling off their wings. Oh, I grow into something living in a cage. Refusing to believe or to obey, we slipped into the country of the dead. We chose the right assumptions to defy, and we became the monsters hiding underneath the bed. There's always something rotten at the core. There's always something moving in the dark. It's teaching us what razor claws are for, and it's quite an education in the way things come apart. The world's a toy box full of broken things, but there's plenty left for breaking. We're catching angels and pulling off their wings. Why give up the lovely pleasures of our rage? They like to think that entropy's a lie. They want a world where everything is clean. They told us we could never learn to fly, but we touched the heart of darkness and we found out what it means. There's always something sharp beneath the skin. There's always something moving in the dark. It's teaching us the sacraments of sin, and it's quite an education in the way things come apart. The world's a toy box full of broken things, glass and shadows, something moving in the dark. We're catching angels and pulling off their wings. It's quite an education, quite an education. The world's a toy box full of broken things, glass and shadows, something rotten at the core. We're catching angels and pulling off their wings. It's quite an education. So if you're a fan of Shauna McGuire, who has written a lovely zombie series under the pen name Mira Grant, this was partly inspired by her blogging about her research for creating believable zombie virus. This is Patient Zero. Under the microscope, it's beautiful, we must admit. It is the end of hope, and there is no denying it. And if it spreads as math suggests, we'll all be going there. And then what meat we'll have to eat, I do not know or care. How Patient Zero must have wondered what to do when she first felt the hunger breaking through. It's spreading fast, I hear we're losing cities every day. And when the last of us has felt our reason slip away, how long till every sign of habitation's ground to dust, and quiet whimpers of starvation all that's left of us? How patient zero must have wondered what to do when she first felt the hunger breaking through. Was this intentional, some weapon for final war? Or did the hand of nature finally rise to close the door? And in some future world, what other minds might then arise? And then what virus might evolve to cut them down to size? How patient zero must have wondered what to do when she first felt the hunger breaking through. How patient zero must have, patient zero, hungry, hungry. All right. I'm not even going to attempt to explain this one. It's called Predator. Never thought it would be easy, this caging the tiger inside. She smiles with a mouth like a box full of knives from the place in my heart where she hides. So for God's sake, you dumb 20-something, stop flaunting yourself at her like some raw meat. I know you can tell that she's hungry, but I get sick from what she likes to eat. I never thought it would be easy, this taming my heart's inner shark. She swims where the water is heavy and cold, in a world that knows nothing but dark. She can tell when there's blood in the water, and she comes to the surface to feed. But no matter how many she swallows, I never can get what I need. I never thought it would be easy, restraining the vampire inside. She's been whispering to me of tasty fresh blood since the night she was born when I died. She likes victims who are already broken. It makes them so easy to take, but their blood tastes of nothing but damage, and if she drinks much more I might break. I wish I could murder the hunters who taught me what it was to be prey. I rose up from their bed as a predator that could scare the predators away. And I live my life under the weight of their curse, and I wish they had left me there dead. The hunger gets stronger hour by hour, and I feed, but I never get fed. I'm not even sure that it's possible to retrain the beast that lives under my skin to hunger for something that's healthy and strong, to forget what she's wanted and been. But I can't see another way out of this place where my heart dines on flinders and shards. So I enter the cage with my whip and my chair, although it's unbelievably hard. And she smiles with a mouth like a box full of knives while I try to make peace with my past. This isn't the first time she's faced me in one, and I know that it won't be the last. I never thought it would be easy. Thank you. So many years ago, Cecilia Tan and Circlet Press did an anthology of vampire erotica called Blood Surrender. And she had a long list of cliches that would result in a story being rejected. And my story, Little Predator, managed to avoid every single one of the cliches. And some years later, I wrote a song about the story. This is Thirsty Monster. All right. I meet your eyes across the bar, and I know what you're thinking. I watch you as you nurse that beer. I know what you've been drinking. Blood and souls and clueless hearts and life and light and will. You are such a thirsty monster that you never get your fill. If I don't take you home tonight, some other girl will die. You're pretending to be human, so am I. You've left a trail of missing girls who lie among the dead. Tonight you're going to meet your match, the monster in the bed. You think you're such a badass, you're the king of carnivores. Yeah, I bet you never thought there could be sharper teeth than yours. If I don't take you home tonight, some other girl will die. You're pretending to be human, so am I. I know that you've mistaken me for prey. You've cornered me, I cannot get away. It's time to move in for the kill. This will not end the way you plainly think it will. I bet you've never bitten something that you could not break. I'm more than you can swallow, boy, I'm more than you can take. I'm stronger than you think I am, I'm going to bring you down. You are such a thirsty monster that you'll drink until you drown. If I don't take you home tonight, some other girl will die. You're a very thirsty monster, so am I. Thank you. This next one is about the perils and tragedies of dating outside your species. For some of us, our species can be very hard to find. This is called Heartwood. I've loved the men of water who take the shape of what they fill. I've loved the men of air who fly and never can be still. I've loved the men of fire, and I know what burdens are worth. But none of them can satisfy a daughter of the earth. They find me much too heavy, or they find me much too strong. They tell me that my soul is strange and all my ways are wrong. They come and go like weather, they come and go like tides. Where is a man of heartwood for my heart to rest beside? Where is a man of heartwood for my heart to rest beside? I've loved the men descended from the piece of borrowed bone. I've loved the sons of shadow from the far side of the throne. I've loved the sons of heaven, though they shine so bright it hurts. But none of them can understand my roots down in the dirt. They find me much too solid, or they find me much too hard. And born beneath a lonely sign, my destiny's ill-starred. But they were looking at the sky while I was looking down. Where is a man of my kind who my roots can grow around? Where is a man of my kind who my roots can grow around? I am no bird of plumage bright to flutter on your arm. I am no lily maiden who needs keeping safe from harm. I am no chest of golden coins for you to hoard and boast. I'm rough as any riverbed and weathered as a post. prowl. The chase, it can be thrilling and sweet, the taste of blood. But none of them will linger with a woman born of mud. They find me much too common, or they find me much too plain. They cannot hear my heart cry out in loneliness and pain. When will some man who speaks my native language take me home and roll me in his arms upon the mosses and the loam? Where is a man of my kind who my roots can grow around? Where is a man of heartwood for my heart to rest beside? Thank you. So many years ago at Baycon, I attended a fiction reading, and someone had a short story about a vampire who's really fed up with the vampire fanboy who really, really wants to be a god. Yeah. So that inspired this. It's called Flesh and Temptation. So you like to play games about flesh and temptation. The throat that you offer looks tender and sweet, but I didn't come yesterday to this vocation. Not all that looks tasty is good stuff to eat. You want me to claim you to prove that you're special. You want me to take you for one of my own. I'd much rather bend you and see where you fracture. Don't doubt that I'd break you, your glass to my stone. So you like to play games about hunger and danger. You want the dark stranger to do the dark trick. I don't think I'll be taking you up on your offer. A meal of all candy would just make me sick. I'm not here to give you what Mom never gave you. I'm not here to lift you up out of yourself. If I took you home tonight, nothing could save you. But I think I'll be dining with somebody else. It's not that the thought of a drink doesn't move me. There's many a vintage of which I am fond. But I think you'd uncork like a bottle of Boone's Farm. And I'm really much more the gourmet than gourmand. So please get your attitude out of my face, boy, and the sticky pink syrup that runs in your veins. I need to go find something healthy for dinner. A prey animal should have a heart and a brain. Thank you. And now for something really weird.
As opposed to
the only moderately weird shit I usually write. So there's an amazing fanfic writer named, I believe, Kyoru Chun, who asked herself the question, what if, as a small child, Harry Potter had snapped, picked up a kitchen knife, gutted the Dursleys, and then been found and adopted by the Addams family? And
like you do.
Yeah, she wrote a whole series of stories covering each of the books. And Harry changed his name to Harvest. And Harvest Adams Hogwarts does not know what hit it. So this is about that series. It's called The Time Has Come for Harvest. A child with a blade in the house of death was taken by a smiling man and taught to be far more than he would otherwise have been. Brought to the house of midnight where the thorns have got no roses. He was raised to play with poisons in the garden full of sin. Laughing in the face of doom when everything is darkest, with a smile and a knife and a rustle of silk. The time has come for harvest. The time has come for harvest. Sent to the castle that hides in the north with bell and book and candle. Tried and proven time and again to be more than they could handle. Taught by the foolish and the cruel, the stern and the sweetly lying. Most of them lived to see the spring, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Laughing in the face of doom when everything is darkest, with a shadow of lace and a spider's kiss. The time has come for harvest. The time has come for harvest. Sought by the one whose fear of death was stronger than his senses. Thought by the ones he led to war to be quite without defenses. Harvest said, I suppose you find this kind of thing exciting. You're not the biggest monster here, come back when you're worth my fighting. Laughing in the face of doom when everything is darkest, with a serpent's tongue and a velvet gown. The time has come for harvest. The time has come for harvest. Dark and light are children's toys, all ripe for the upheaval. Harvest walks a deeper road, relentless and primeval. He's paid the piper, named the tune, and led the other dancers. He's taught them how to call and what to do when something answers. Laughing in the face of doom when everything is darkest, with a flash of teeth and a loyal pack. The time has come for harvest. The time has come for harvest. A child with a blade in the house of death was taken by a smiling man and taught to be far more than he would otherwise have been. Brought to the house at midnight where the thorns have got no roses. He was raised to play with poisons in the garden full of sin. Thank you very much. That is the end of the first set. We're going to take a brief break and come back with a whole nother set full of everything from Neil Gaiman's Sandman to vampires and archetypes, Jungian alchemy, Gnosticism, and Jack the Ripper.
Yay.
So, thank you. Please put something in the tip jar because that pays Louis the sound guy.
Not very old, but it's still
Their roommate's been has a girlfriend who's been bringing him over every night. He's been very loud and like it's all. So that might come to an end very soon. So that might, I don't know. Yeah.
it's going to be between one mother or another.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been hard to get someone else right now, honestly. The problem is, he doesn't drink, but she drinks a little, so she comes in all bang, bang.
It's
At 2
very
o'clock
loud
in the
at 2
morning.
in the morning. And we all, she gets up at 4 and he has to go to work and I drive for a living, so I
Yeah.
get to sleep. Get all the time. I'm going to run someone over one of these days.
Yeah.
So I mean, it looks like he's one of my oldest friends, but I don't think I'm going to be living with him much longer, unfortunately.
It's been crazy. Crazy couple weeks.
We're trying to, we can do something to slow stuff down, but
Yes, there is the nose. Lasagna is actually not so bad.
the nose across a couple skisms over here,
It's a little ways down.
yeah, it's a yeast, right?
It's just a little bit. And I know that one would love it.
Hey Zach, how do you feel about lasagna for dinner? Yeah? fat orange cat.
Fat orange cat, we feed him lasagna.
That's true. Fat orange cats live in
Actually, I had a slice of pizza.
My documentary, the documentaries say that fat orange cats like lasagna, right?
And he's the one that usually runs around and knocks on doors and waits for everybody to walk in the morning. And I think he's feeling some air like responsibility.
He wakes us
He's
up
like,
at,
I don't
he
know.
wakes us up at 4. He does that when you wake up.
Really suspicious.
I don't know. I wake everybody up. Repeatedly, you wake up.
You don't wake me up at all.
The cat's the worst roommate. But everybody's running a close second.
I don't know. He wakes me up all day. Woke me up at 9:30.
Yeah, we're
And I told him twice. Yeah, there's no first. Strikes roll.
You didn't tell him that there would be a conversation. You should have had it last night. It was close to, hey. That's gonna be very
Don't possibly be game next weekend. I think we should do some gaming. It's supposed to be a huge heat wave coming starting tomorrow. It's Wednesday. No, it's supposed to hit, if it's gonna hit 87, it's gonna be like 90 everywhere.
Because Monday, San Diego, only on 93.
It's the hottest day of the year.
Those aren't even the hottest days of the year. 93 is all. That's hot. I'm not saying it's not
I'm
hot.
saying that's what's the 87, I think 8. I mean, I guess we had a couple days in 90 in the summer.
We had
In Chula Vista, this is one of the hot, gonna be a couple
Yeah.
of hottest days. 77 is hot for us.
It looks like it's breaking by bad. It looks like it's breaking by Saturday.
Yes. That's what it said. I mean, that should be the last gasp of summer. And then we go good. Or do we still fall back? We do good. I voted to not do that. I voted to continue falling back, getting my. I don't want them to steal my hour forever. I want my hour to come back. You know, if they're gonna steal my hour, they have to give it back. You can't steal it and not give it back. Rant over.
No, all it is an attempt to make daylight less modern society. That's really all it is.
That'll never happen.
All right, set 2. Let me just tune up. Some exorcists cast out demons in the name of righteousness. Some rip out demons in the name of lunch. This is called Crack the Bones. I see somebody riding shotgun in your head, and he's more interesting than you are, so move over. Give the devil his due, baby. Give the demon that steering wheel. Tonight I want to kill and eat what's bigger than human. I'm not flirting with you, baby. He's more than that and less than real. Tonight I want to crack the bones of a dream between my teeth. I see somebody riding shotgun in your soul, and he's got sharper teeth than you do, so move over. Give a monster a chance, baby. Look the other way for just one song. Tonight I want to kill and eat what's bigger than human. I only want one dance, baby, and not with you, you're not that strong. Tonight I want to crack the bones of a dream between my teeth, 'cause I've got heavy hunger for pretty nightmares, shiny monsters, and tasty danger. Tonight I want to crack the bones of a dream between my teeth and suck them dry. I see somebody hiding there behind your your shadow soon move over. Don't worry what's real, baby, I know just what to do. Tonight I wanna kill and eat what's bigger than human. You won't even feel it, baby, when I rip him right out of you. Tonight I wanna crack the bones of a dream between my teeth. 'Cause I've got heavy hunger for pretty nightmares, shiny monsters, and tasty danger. Tonight I wanna crack the bones of a dream between my teeth and suck them dry. I see somebody riding shotgun in your head. Shiny monster, pretty nightmare, tasty danger, crack the bones. I see somebody hiding there behind your eyes. Shiny monster, pretty nightmare, tasty danger, crack the bones and suck them dry. All right, for those of you who have played Vampire the Masquerade, this one's for the Toreador. It's called Flying. If you have no idea what I just said, it's about losing your virginity to someone very kinky. Innocence and temptation. Oh, the names you'll be taking in vain tonight in the church of sensation. What you'll learn about pleasure and pain tonight. Would you call this corruption? When I teach you to dance with the darkness you fear, let us speak of seduction. Is there anywhere you'd rather be than right here? And when you look down at the earth far below and cry out that you're dying, hold on tight, I've got you now. You are not falling but flying. Such a lovely reaction. The line between fear and excitement is fine. What a precious distraction. The taste of your pulse like the rarest of wine. Do you break under pressure? Or do you get stronger from bearing the strain? Are you frightened of pleasure? Would you rather be riding and ridden by pain? And when you look down at the earth far below and cry out that you're dying, hold on tight, I've got you now. You are not falling but flying. It's the sweetest of sorrows. It's the sharpest of joys and a world without end. And for all your tomorrows, I'll be in you whatever you try to pretend. And it goes on forever, or as much of forever as you think you can stand. There are bonds you can sever, but you'll carry this one in your heart like a brand. And when you look down at the earth far below and cry out that you're dying, hold on tight, I've got you now. You are not falling but flying. And when you look down This set has 2 songs about personal demons. This first one is called The Beast and the Blonde. There's a thing in the basement with blood-colored eyes, and it wants to be burning the world down. I screwed that up. Let's take that from the top. There's a thing in the basement with blood-colored eyes, and it wants to be burning the world down. There's a girl in the basement with pretty pink thighs. She wants to be wearing a white gown. The things I can't live with are down in the dark, but they climb up the stairs to come pound on the door. The blonde that loves weddings, and the beast that loves war. There's a thing in the basement whose heart beats with rage. It lives for destruction and hating. There's a girl in the basement like a bird in a cage. She lives to be somebody's plaything. The things I can't carry, they live down below, where they dream of unraveling me at great length. The blonde in her weakness, and the beast in its strength. I want to make peace with the parts of myself. I'm tired of fighting, I want to be whole, but their sharp teeth are chewing at the roots of my soul. The beast and the blonde have got unfinished business with me. With me. There's a thing in the basement that lives to eat lives, and it smiles with a mouth like a box full of knives. There's a girl in the basement who's lost and just wants to be saved. There's a girl in the basement with the heart of a slave, and I've killed her, but she keeps crawling out of her grave. There's a thing in the basement with a heart of U-235. The things I can't handle are deep underground, where they pry with their claws at the seams of my heart. The beast and the blonde are conspiring to take me apart. There's a thing in the basement with blood-colored eyes. There's a girl in the basement with pretty pink thighs. The beast and the blonde have got unfinished business with me. With me. All right, back to Vampire the Masquerade.
What?
This one's for the Camarilla, who say we are monsters and that is our great tragedy. It's called Talk About Dying. And it is on the album Live at Lestat's 2 CD set for sale up front. We do not think of trusting strangers. We keep our scars beneath the skin. If we go slumming, it's because we need the danger to remind us what we are and where we've been. We can't hold on to things too tightly, or we break everything we touch. We try to cling to life, but life reminds us nightly that we love it not enough or else too much. Don't try to say you understand. I am not what you think I am, and nothing you can do will reach across this divide. Don't try to say you understand. I am not what you think I am. You sound so innocent when you talk about dying inside. You sound so stupid when you talk about dying. We're past all dreaming of redemption. We chose to throw it all away. Along a lonely road that's paved with good intentions, we do the dance of predator and prey. This is not beautiful or haunting. It's salt against a naked nerve. If an eternal and unanswerable wanting is the thing you choose, then it's what you deserve. Don't try to say you understand. I am not what you think I am, and nothing you can do will reach across this divide. Don't try to say you understand. I am not what you think I am. You sound so innocent when you talk about dying inside. You sound so stupid when you talk about dying. This is a consequence that does not have an end. A vacancy surrounded by an ache. And every one of us is far too proud to bend. So we stand against the storm until we break. We have lost everything but hunger, and hope can only make us weak. Well, if we let love in, then love will drag us under. So we silence our hearts when they try to speak. We have no grace, we have no glory. We just have punishment and crime. There is a pack of lies in every pretty story that depicts us doing anything but time. Don't try to say you understand. I am not what you think I am, and nothing you can do will reach across this divide. Don't try to say you understand. I am not what you think I am. You sound so innocent when you talk about dying inside. You sound so stupid when you talk about dying. We do not think of trusting strangers. We keep our scars beneath the skin. From one perspective, every dark night of the soul is kind of initiation. Sometimes it doesn't work. This is, whoops, that's the next one, never mind. This one is for Raven the Trickster. This is 100 Shades of Black. Raven, find me shiny and take me back to your nest. I live with half a mystery and I need to know the rest. Tell me all your riddles and I'll tell you all my lies. Teach me to be wicked till I'm wise. At night I dream of feathers in 100 shades of black, and I wake up feeling like the wings were torn off of my back. So I would make a bargain with the Lord of Tricks and Chance, and if I survive you'll show me how to dance. Raven, find me shiny and take me up in your beak. You're good at finding secrets, but you will not find me weak. Tell me all your riddles and I'll answer them with scars, and the magic of the junkyards and the bars. At night I dream of wings that spread to cover half the sky, and I wake up full of anger and I cannot tell you why. So I would make a bargain with the one I cannot trust, because I'm good at finding treasure in the dust. Raven, find me shiny underneath the rust and mud. Teach me all the languages that whisper in my blood. Tell me all your riddles and I'll try to guess them right. Drop me into my memories of flight. Tell me all your riddles and I'll tell you all my lies. Teach me to be wicked till I'm wise. Right. So this is the one about the Dark Night of the Soul initiation. That doesn't quite work. This is the Book of Secrets. This is the Book of Secrets. This is the longest night of the year, and sorrow's heavy in my body like a stone. This is the darkest day. This is the manuscript nobody can decipher. Anyway, I don't have any secrets left to tell. I am at sea without a sextant, and I navigate by dreams. Here is a key, precisely like a lock. Here is a rose with teeth in its dark heart. Here is the strange machine you take apart so it can function. Here is the lamp on which you knock, the door you cut with and the knife you light. Here is the riddle that you finally gotten right at the wrong junction. I have been standing on the threshold for a year and a day now, but I can't get through the doorway to the place I go from here. I have been searching for an answer. I have been waiting to be born. I have been living in the wrong world, and I want to go home now. Here is a key, precisely like a lock. Here is a rose with teeth in its dark heart. Here is the strange machine you take apart so it can function. Here is the lamp on which you knock, the door you cut with and the knife you light. Here is the riddle that you finally gotten right at the wrong junction. This is the Book of Secrets. This is the long dark night of the soul. I'm on the road without a compass, and the maps are full of lies. This is the heart of solitude, and I don't know why it's not beating. I'm walking barefoot through the underworld. It's cold as any stone. This is the Book of Secrets. This is the longest night of the year. And now, Neil Gaiman's Sandman. This one is for Desire of the Endless. This is the Queen of Angles. I've collected broken men like bangles to cover up the stitches on my wrists. When I sat down to play cards with the Queen of Angles, black aces burned like mercy in my fists. I've lived life wet between the legs for danger. I learned to love the bourbon taste of chance. I whispered all my secrets to that bottle green-eyed stranger who never learned to keep it in his pants. Love is just a noose that gently strangles. Each act of love remains an act of war. The King of Hearts was dealt to the Queen of Angles. I am just the Jack of Diamonds, drunken whore. I've lived life wet between the legs for wonder. I learned to love the rush of breaking rules. I should have bought my ticket home before it dragged me under. I'm a penny candy in a jar of fools. We leap at every piece of bait she dangles. We keep Her Majesty well entertained. We're only puppets to the Queen of Angles, but it's worse when she gets bored, so don't complain. You cannot weave your life without some tangles. You can't stand tall if you crawl in crooked ways. And you cannot win against the Queen of Angles, even if she only plays it as it lays. This one's about Jungian psychology and alchemy, about the prima materia, the first thing. Way down in the dirt, way down in the stone, way down in the viscera and bone, way down in the muck, way down in the rot, way down in the things we think we're not. I start with the lowest of the low that stands alone and you don't know. It's the most valuable thing you've got. I distill by stages the things you throw away. I'm making something precious out of dust and clay. Way down in the shit, way down in the sick, way down in the things that make us tick. Way down in the filth, way down in the shame, way down in the things we do not name. It starts in the world that lies beneath. It does not ask for your belief. It's made of the dream behind the game. The seed that germinates, the secrets that unfold. This is the change of living lead to living gold. Way down in the dark, way down in the grave, way down in the sins no one forgave. Way down in the way down in the guts, way down in the mud, way down in the entrails and the blood. It comes from the darkness and the deep, the place on the other side of sleep, the root that whispers of the bud, the rot that purifies, the fire that refines. It takes corrosion to make something that shines. Beneath our sorrows and our sins, the prima materia begins to teach us to read below the lines. So The Beast and the Blonde was about my personal demons in my early 40s. These days I have a different set. And this is partly about them. It's called Wednesday's Child. And it was rather influenced by the writing of Shauna Maguire. You tell me that I'm crazy. There isn't much I can say. We've all got our dysfunctions. I just don't hide mine away. My house is in disorder, but I know my way around. It's not as bad as it sounds. I know my head is haunted. I'm a step ahead of the game. I know my days are numbered. I know my monsters by name. There's something in the basement. There's something under the bed. And they're old friends of mine now. I have tea with my demons, champagne with the scarier things. There's something down there screaming. There's something down there that sings. I live in a house full of madness, but it's got room for me too. I know all of my monsters by name. Do you? I know my head is haunted. I'm a step ahead of the game. I know my days are numbered. I know my monsters by name. There's something in the basement. There's something under the bed. And they're old friends of mine now. I dance with the dead in the nightmares. You can't imagine how it feels. The devil plays fiddle at the crossroads, and we all kick up our heels. I'm a Widdershins Wednesday's child. I can see in the dark of the heart. I'm woven too tight for fear to pick apart. I've gone down those black roads most people don't understand. I know that dark country like it's the back of my hand. I've brought back the wisdom that I can't get anywhere else. I've paid for a map of myself. I know my head is haunted. I dance with the dead in the nightmares. I'm a step ahead of the game. The devil plays fiddle at the crossroads. I know my days are numbered. I'm a Widdershins Wednesday's child. I know my monsters by name. And this one goes way, way back. 1998. And yes, being in the Vampire SCA, I mean the Camarilla, inspired a lot of songs about the game. This is about the players. This is Angry Candy. Poison comes in such a pretty bottle, much nicer than the water or the wine. And if your life has left you starved for beauty, you'll drink it because it seems like a good idea at the time. If you spend all of your coins on angry candy, you'll have none left for roses or for bread. Would you have second thoughts about the garments that you weave if you knew you'd have to wear them when you're dead? It's lovely and it's fun to see things burning much faster than it is to see them built. If life has left you hungry for adventure, it's worth a lot to have your taste of sin without the guilt. If you fill your belly up with angry candy, you'll have no room for what grows on the vine. Would you be more careful of the darkness that you swallow if you knew it blinds you to the things that shine? When you dream of what it's like to live forever, do you think you'll be eternally 19? And the cars will just get faster while the soundtrack just gets louder, and you still can't tell me what your hungers mean. When you see the whole damn world in terms of power, and all that you know how to do is fight, and the future is a boot coming down on a human face forever, then the angry candy's emptied you of light. If life has left you hungry, it's so sweet against the tongue that you can't believe you've eaten quite so much. The poison comes in such a pretty bottle, much nicer than the water or the wine. And if your life has left you starved for beauty, you'll drink it because it seems like a good idea at the time. This one is about the world as a black iron prison, as the Gnostics saw it and as Philip K. Dick saw it. It's called Crow in the Corn. There's a dog in the manger, there's a crow in the corn. There's a power that bought you before you were born, and it winds you and binds you with words and with chains, and it grinds you down hard, but the light still remains. Wake up, there's a crow in the corn. There's a crow in the corn. There's a flaw in the ruby, there's a worm in the rose. And they lied when they taught you what everyone knows. They told you what's right, and they told you what's real. If you read the fine print, it's a hell of a deal. Wake up, there's a worm in the rose. There's a crow in the corn. There's a grand in its pocket, there's an ace up its sleeve, and it tells you convincingly what to believe. It created the game, and it taught you to play. And your one shot at winning is to just walk away. Wake up, there's an ace up its sleeve. There's a crow in the corn. There's a fly in the amber, there's a pin in the doll. There's a fear that says rising will just let you fall. And the chains, they lie heavy, and the words, they lock tight, and it holds you down hard. But look up at the light. There's a fool in the lotus, there's a fire in the hole. There's a hunger for things you can't name in your soul, and it pulls you so high you look down at the earth. It's a thing you can't buy, so what could it be worth? Wake up, there's a fire in the hole. Look up at the light. Thank you. And now for something completely different. I've sang you the song about the Camarilla, we are monsters and that is our tragedy. In the first set you got Poetry of Weapons, which is about the Sabbat, we are monsters, and that will carry us far. This one's for the Bali, we are monsters, booyah. This is Unclean. There are sinners who dream of redemption, there are angels who weep with desire. Some are baptized with razors and some by immersion in fire. I have tasted the blood of the martyrs and saints on the lips of the queen of all whores. And the things that men worship as pure are covered with sores. And the doctors and priests who refrain from the feast do not understand what I mean when I say that I want what I want because it's unclean. There is sickness that calls itself evil. There are evils I know to be truth. Occam's razor can't cut them, the spine is a sharp enough tooth. And sweeter than innocent blood in the vein is corrosion that eats to the core. What I take from that cup gets me drunker than ever before. And the newly released who still run from the beast do not understand what I mean when I say that I want what I want because it's unclean. I have danced in the depths of corruption, and I wasn't there under duress. There are deep revelations we reach through the gates of excess. And those who restrain their desires do so because they're weak enough ones to restrain. They stay ignorant of the transformative power of pain. And the greatest and least of the walking deceased do not understand what I mean when I say that I want what I want because it's unclean. Wow, we have burned through the show really fast. We're coming up to the last song, and I don't think I have the voice left to do an overflow piece. So, wow. It's amazing what happens when Eben isn't here for the witty banter and back and forth. So let me just do a little down tuning here. Wow, this song is now 31 years old. This is about Jack the Ripper. It's called Jack of the Street. I think I was 17 when I wrote it. When I was a girl, Ma said, if you're not good, you'd better watch out for the Jack of the Woods. But now I'm a woman and it's Jack of the Street, who hunts through the darkness on little goat feet. He says, hey, dirty, down, down on Gentleman Street, we can purchase a place at the feast. He says, hey, dirty, down, down between those thighs, where the angel gives lie to the beast. Now Jack of the Woods was a story for kids, 'cause he never did get me whatever I did. But Jack of the Street makes me fear for my life, for he hunts through the darkness and he rapes with a knife. He says, hey, dirty, down, down on Gentleman Street, where you take me up into your room. He says, hey, dirty, down, down between those thighs, where you offer the filth of your womb. When I was a girl, Ma said, watch and beware. There's a bogeyman hiding down under the stair. But now I'm a woman and it's Jack of the Street, who waits in the darkness where he dreams of fresh meat. He says, hey, dirty, down, down on Gentleman Street, I can lease you like a lamb for the plow. He says, hey, Derry, down, down between those thighs. I can silence that mouth for you now. He says, hey, Derry, down, down on Gentleman Street, will you offer your smile so red? He says, hey, Derry, down, down between those thighs lies the gate to the land of the dead. Thank you very much. So Eben and I will be back here on the third Saturday of November with another set full of wonderful, obscure cultural and scientific references, because we love it when you guys get the references. Years ago, there was a show with a friend who was a grad student in neuroscience, and I have a song that starts off with a parody William Blake quote, "Limbic cortex burning bright in the brain pan of the night, what immortal MRI, dear friend, thy fearful symmetry," and she just fell out of her chair. It was great. So thank you so much. Like I said, CDs for sale up front, tip jar, which is how the sound guy makes a living. And this is going to stay up on Eben's YouTube. And we've got footage on my YouTube. And thank you.
Hey, great thing, guys.